All right, now I got sound. All right, so I messed up again, didn't I? Well, I got it. I got it now. Better late than never, I always say. Well, we're going to walk on back here. We'll check the wait time here for Spaceship Earth first. But what I was taught, it's only 5 minutes now. We might just go ahead and get on Spaceship Earth and do Spaceship Earth. Anybody want to ride Spaceship Earth right off the bat? Usually it's one of those rides that you actually wait a little bit to get on. But it looks like we might just go ahead and skip it for right now. But what I was talking about, when you come in, you pass Spaceship Earth. Gardens of the Galaxy will be to your left side. You can actually cut through Communicore Hall and get right there within a couple of minutes, actually. So if you're doing rope drop, you definitely want to come through the very front of the resort. Now, if you're doing rope drop and you might want to have breakfast or you're staying over at the Swan and Dolphin, I would not try to get over here or the boardwalk. I would not try to get on Gardens of the Galaxy first thing in the morning. I would probably go ahead and ride Ratatouille, maybe even Frozen Ever After, but I would not come all the way up to the front to get on Guardians if you're staying over there in the boardwalk. That's just a little bit of advice. I mean, we stayed over at the Swan and Dolphin years ago for Festival of the Arts. We came to Festival of the Arts, went to Hollywood Studios, but I actually do not think we rope dropped to come in. So that's probably the best advice I could actually give you, is if you want to do Guardians, do not come in early to do rope drop, because they're going to let all the other resort people in first, and they've got such a closer walk to actually get on Guardians. So definitely, if you're staying over at the boardwalk, the beach club, or Swan and Dolphin, and you're getting in early, just go ahead and do Ratatouille. Do Ratatouille first, or maybe even Frozen Ever After, because it's such a long haul all the way over here to Gardens of the Galaxy. You can actually cut through these over here by the Starbucks. You can cut through there, and that will pretty much drop you off there, or you can come in through this hallway right here in the center. Now, Mickey and Friends, if you take that right-hand side over here at Mickey and Friends, that will put you over at Nemo, Soarin', Garden Grill is over there, so that would be the route you'd want to take for that. Here's the Figment. Flowers look pretty good today, actually. A little bit of cool weather. See some bees in there flying around. But we're going to go back here. I'm going to start back here in the very center, and we'll work our way over. Probably go into, well, we'll probably head over towards Soarin' first. Check that out. But Spaceship Earth was only a 5-minute wait. Started to get on it and go ahead and do that, but decided against it. It was 25 minutes when I first got here, so that's always where everybody stops at first most of the time. So if you get a big rush of people coming in, usually they will stop and do Spaceship Earth or head right over to Gardens of the Galaxy. Now, we thought they were having Soarin' over California, but we found out last week they're not doing Soarin' over California. They're doing Soarin' around the world. And I know that's probably upset some people. I got to look at Phineas and Ferb here. Now, they've added flowers. I guess that's Phineas, ain't it? They've added the flowers over to him because they said it looked like he was actually shooting him, the bird. So they went ahead and put flowers on him, which I find that very funny. I'll have to look back on my first tour of the videos and see if that's actually what that looks like. But yeah, they say that was actually he was shooting a bird at him. But do not know anything about that. Actually, we got some lights here already lighting the gang up here. We got them even on the left-hand side here too. But here's Mickey, Pluto, and Minnie, and Chip and Dale. But yeah, this is a pretty topiary. I love the flowers here. And I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoy this so much. Being an agronomist, being a golf course superintendent, we've always got to do our flowers. Most of the time we got to do them ourselves. So I'm always interested in seeing whatever other people are doing. Hey, Ricky, sorry I missed you at the beach. Did you make it to the car show? Me and Gina had a pretty good time yesterday. We got a lot in yesterday. We went to Broadway, walked around Broadway. Oh, monorail. Gotta get the monorail. But these hydrangeas here look really good. Figured they would have changed the acid in a couple of them to get a different color than the same color in all 4 plants there. And actually it's even the same color over here. So I'd have done something a little bit different. Try to. Honeysuckle dew. Get you a smell there. So if you get up close to them, you can actually get you a whiff of how they smell. Here's your glorious grapefruit. And it smells like grapefruit, that's for sure. But love the butterflies. Yeah, we had a good time at the beach. Everything's worked out good for us. For Gina, a hibiscus. And then serene succulent. I don't know what this smells like, so I'm gonna have to smell this one. All right, it smells like the maybe the beach club or somewhere like that uses that same scent. And you got your garden fresh gardenia. I love the smell of gardenia. But it started off, I didn't have sound there. I thought I had turned everything on and didn't have sound. So Gina is fine. She is doing really good. She's everything's worked out. Everything's worked out for us. She is good. Worried. I was worried sick. Been worried sick for the last month and a half. You know those. You do those Cologuard tests. You always think the worst, I guess. And you know, it's like I told her. It's not supposed to be her with anything like that. It's supposed to be me being exposed to everything that I have been exposed to in the last 30 years, 40 years, all the way from Camp Lejeune Water to Desert Storm, just being a golf course superintendent. We're exposed to more chemicals than you could ever believe. I've been in chemical rooms that would set a normal man's heart on fire. Chemicals that have been in rooms for over 30 years and not very, let's show you here so does anybody recognize this thumbnail here? Actually, I took the picture from down here. This AI stuff is amazing. I've been dabbling a little bit with it. Use it a lot to write my thumbnails and everything. But that is actually the picture that I used in the thumbnail. And can anybody tell me what's missing in my thumbnail? It's the monorail. The monorail track is not in my thumbnail. I AI'd it out. It was amazing. I was so happy with myself. I was actually able to erase that. All right, so I actually had this last year. This the spicy hot dog with pineapple chutney in a Dole Whip. I had that last year, and I would not suggest that you get this. I don't know if it's any better this year. They had so much of that pineapple chutney on there that it was like eating a soggy bread. So you pretty much had to use a knife and a fork to eat it. I mean, it had really good flavor. But as far as, I wonder if there's any bees in these hives. As you can see, you got some Bradford pear blooms blowing around. The Bradford pears, actually those are bubbles, but the Bradford pears were blooming like crazy in Myrtle Beach. And I mean, it was, there were so many Bradford pears blooming, you could smell them. And I don't know if anybody's ever smelled a Bradford pear, but they are not the most fragrant flower that you'll find. But now I'm actually wondering, they might, because there's the openings for them to come in and out. I don't see any openings on that one there. Canna lilies are pretty. So this area here is the Honey Bistro. And I've never had anything from here. You got chicken waffles, honey glazed cauliflower. So I guess I need to eat more of the food. But none of that strikes me as something that I would enjoy.
I remember this experience being a lot better last time.
All right. But I do love these playgrounds. Now here we have the yacht grub. Now I tried a few of the items from here last week or week before last. The trio of dips and chips. The best one was actually the pimento cheese, was pretty good. The house-made potato chips with caviar were pretty decent. The meat assorta, I would skip that and maybe try out the cheese this time. And then the elderflower lemon and orange sparkling cocktail.
Are we all together?
The lemon was actually the best of those. But if you would, appreciate everybody joining me this afternoon. If you would, hit that like button for me. See how many people we can get in the stream here. I think we lost a few people early because I didn't have the sound on. So this is all new here. This is called Play Along Bay. This has been newly added this year. They used to just have some, what do they call it? The not hack and sack, but the cornhole out here. And they've taken all that down, and they've went with a nautical theme here because you got the yacht grub over here, and then this is actually a nautical theme over here, restaurant to your right. But this area, they've done a really good job. I like this. It does something, gives the kids something to do while you're eating your food and trying your food out. The garden graze, that's it. So the garden graze, we had the seafood bake. The grilled street corn was probably my favorite of these. Now the seafood bake, you got two ratherly large shrimp with those and some good sausage. The andouille sausage was good, but I enjoyed the street corn. The street corn was pretty good. So what we're going to do is we just made that loop here, and we're going to actually head back towards Figment. in Soarin', and then we're going to cut across, go by Moana, cut across, go through Communicore Hall. Huh. Don't know what happened there. Got no idea. Smells like canned fish. Yeah, that's what Bradford pears. You didn't go to the car show? It was a pretty good show this year. I mean, it was actually, this right here is probably the one area that I just did not understand of why they're even calling this topiaries. The topiaries they probably had did not pan out for them, I would think. And they're actually doing something different, come up with a different idea. So I think that's what went on there. It just seemed like that was thrown together more so than anything. But now I know the gimbals chart. I don't know what went on there with it when it lost all focus here. But here is the Lion King topiaries. I think these are good. I like these. They would have had these probably 4 years ago out in the front. I just kind of make sure that I've got my mics on. I'll make sure I got my mics on. Here's a little Bo Peep for swamp monsters and Woody. Pretty cool. I do like these. The swamp monsters. The sheep look like swamp monsters more so than shrimp or sheep. So without walking up and looking at how many people are actually going into Figment, I would say that's probably, I don't know what's up with it. Hey, Ralph. How you doing? I'm going to have to make an adjustment on this gimbal here. Let me find a place I can actually garbage can over here. You gotta find a reason for a garbage can at Epcot other than to eat with. So we're gonna stop here and I'm gonna make an adjustment here to the gimbal. I might not have set this up very well. All right, so let's try that. Probably with that mic on there, receiver, it's probably kind of thrown off everything. So let's go into the butterfly pavilion. I hear the monorail. Gotta get the monorail shots. One of the best things about Epcot is how many times you actually see the monorail in here. Let's see how many butterflies we have out today. All right. Looks like we've got quite a few in here. And we're going to head back. We're going to go back here, straight to the back here. I don't know if you can see them back there. Oh, wow, there's butterflies flying all over the place in here. Coral honeysuckle. I wonder if that's just like regular honeysuckle. And they got the weeping bottle brush. You can see the blooms getting ready to start on it. But a lot of butterflies in here flying around right now. And look at the larva over here. So there's not as many larvae on here as there usually is. There's one back here in the back here. So they do quite a few of those larva stations in here. About 5 of them.
Josira.
A black and yellow one.
Gives you a little bathing pool there. I don't know if they've got, you might have some type of food. It looks like they got some sand in there. But, all right, we've got some butterflies over there flying around. You can see them right here. There's one landed. Yeah, Gina is good. She is. It's all good. It's all, you know, those tests that you send off, they can be a little trying. They don't tell you anything, and you always expect the worst when you get those. So I was not. I was worried to death about her. The biggest thing for me was, you know, the whole time I'm thinking everything I was exposed to, Ralph, at over since 1983, going in the Marine Corps, even going into West Virginia, even the water and everything, West Virginia. What all was I exposed to? What all I have been exposed to? And it's not supposed to be her, it's supposed to be me. So that's where I was at with it. I mean, it was, I was worried to death about it for the last month and a half. And they don't tell you anything. I got more information from one of the guys on the bag drop, Todd, that his daughter does what Gina had to do on Friday. So she managed it well with the, but everything's good with her. She is fine. So I don't know. Oh yeah, so you know where I was at with it. You know, I got up there Thursday morning. She started prepping. So Gina doesn't have the best stomach in the world to start off with. So that was a little trying for us. And then, I mean, even when I left today, she's still having some stomach issues. But she'll have the whole day. She'll be fine. Now, so who all has done the garden grill breakfast? I think Molly from the Mammoth Club likes to do that. If she's doing to see how many character meet and greets she can get, she usually does the garden grill starting off. Gina has done it with Adrian, our son, one year when they came down by themselves. I've never done it. I've always been wanting to do it, but I want to do the breakfast, and it's kind of a hard one to get. So I'll probably have to book that 3 months out in advance. So, girl, they got her. Girl just got her foot, her tennis shoe stuck at the top of the escalator. I guess she had it right up underneath of it, and it sucked her shoe right up in there. So living with the land is a 10-minute wait. That's pretty quick. See what soaring around the world is. Now we've eaten in here a few times. pretty decent quick service that you can actually sit down in the air conditioner for a few minutes. Oh, so they've escalator is still shut down. All right, so it's 45 minutes right now for the soaring ride. I'm sorry. I was thinking about this girl here. It's kind of confusing me here. Probably just need to shut this one down. But yeah, I've never seen that before. You know, you always worry about your shoestring or something like that getting caught in those. But I've never seen a whole toe get eaten like that before. So that's crazy. So still in there. They're gonna have to wait for maintenance, I guess. But yeah, look at that. I mean, that is one of the last things that I would expect to happen. Is somebody get their whole shoe in that little crack in an escalator. Yeah, be an operator on the monorail when you retire. You know, I thought about that with the boats when I got to looking into it, and I don't think they actually make any money at all. When I looked into it to be able to drive one of the boats, I was like, oh wow, because I think it was more of, you would think you'd have to have a captain's license to have that many people on there, but I do not think you have to have a captain's license to operate the boat. And I thought, well, they'll probably make pretty decent money, but they don't. Surprise, surprise. But I do appreciate everybody joining this afternoon. A little stroll around Epcot. Rick Springfield is tonight and tomorrow night. I'd already set up a live stream to go over to Universal for the Mardi Gras parade. I didn't look to see who was playing tonight. So we'll probably come back tomorrow night for the Rick Springfield concert, Garden Rocks. We'll probably try to catch the 5:30 or 6:30 show, because the 6:45. The first show was at 5:30. The second show was at 6:45, and then the third show was at 8 o'clock. And what I did like about what I did like about Rick Springfield last year was the each concert he did different songs. So if you go to that first one, you're going to hear and be able to listen to just about his whole music, all of his music. So you'll get all different songs on each one of them. which, you know, Berlin and ELO, the band or whatever, they all did the same songs. It was actually the same script for Berlin. She told the same story. So Rick's was more like a full concert last year. So I don't know how busy Journey of Water is. We'll maybe catch this on the way out this evening. Get a little bit of, well, we go on in. We'll go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I enjoyed, I mean, like I said earlier in the video, I enjoyed the movie Moana 2. I enjoyed Moana a lot more. But it was, it's a nice little area to walk the kids through to get a, let them cool off a little bit midday. I mean, they could hang out in here for a while playing in the water. Don't know if you'd be able to hang out that long. There's a big topiary, biggest topiary other than Maui. I do like the Maui topiary, and they do light up at night. Maui's fish hook actually lights up, and Moana's arm and paddle light up. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so here you have a couple different things here. You got Pua. Got Pua over here. There's you some bacon here. And then over here on this side over here, you actually got a hidden Mickey. You stand here and you look for this little, here you got a hidden Mickey right here on this rock right here. See his nose and his ears. And Hee Hee, I forgot where Hee Hee's at. But Hee Hee is in here somewhere. So you don't have to worry about getting wet when you walk through here. See the rain here actually stops for you. There's a shell. But Grandma was actually up here. You see Grandma right here. There's the mama. There she is. There's Grandma. I like the way they done her, but yeah, that movie, yeah, it's probably it. Like monorail, yeah. Yep, that's about what it, I think that's about what it was. I wasn't going to say anything, but that's what I was thinking it was. It's probably higher now, but I would think you would have to have a captain's license for the boats, but evidently you don't, so. I talked to a guy that was actually driving down from the Villages, driving one of the boats over at Disney Springs. That's what he was telling me. Then you got all the coconuts. Got all the coconuts in here. And then there's some urchins and shells here. But yeah, I didn't understand the, I mean, a lot of that movie just didn't make any sense. The whole center of it, all the music, none of the music was any good. I didn't like any of the music. Didn't like any of the songs. There was nothing there that within 5 minutes of it, I could tell you a line from it. So it just did not make that much sense at all. All right, so here is your Moana meet and greet. They used to line up on this side here, but now they're lining up back over in this corner over here. So we're going to cut across here, go through Communicore Hall, show you the quickest way to get, if you're doing rope drop in the morning, quickest way to get to Gardens of the Galaxy. So it's pretty quick if you take this route here. But yeah, if you're definitely, if you're coming in the front entrance, do rope drop, do Guardians first. Don't do Guardians first if you're coming in from the Swan and Dolphin Beach Club, from the boardwalk area, the boardwalk resorts. Don't try to do Gardens of the Galaxy at rope drop. You're gonna be upset. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut across. Spaceship Earth is right here behind us here on this side of us. So you're going to stay to your left when you come through the gate, do the rope drop, come through the gate, stay to your left side. Most people will try to do Anna and Elsa, Frozen Ever After, and go straight. A lot of people will go straight. But if you come by Spaceship Earth on your left side up this path here, make the immediate left. You got Starbucks over to your right. And stay on this path here. I mean, this is the quickest way to get to Guardians. Make this left here.
I don't know the procedure.
And then it dumps you out right in front of Guardians of the Galaxy. Now I must have balanced the phone a lot better because it's not done that since I stopped at that garbage can over there by the Butterfly Pavilion. So this looks like this is probably, right now, I'd say this is almost a 3-hour wait, probably 2.5 hour wait right now from the way this looks. Depending on how many people have actually bought express passes or not fast passes today, bought the queue to get through that. But there again, they don't have this area here right opened up, so it might be it's a little deceiving, but we'll see what it is. All right, so it's only 65 minutes. So what thrown me off was that first set of umbrellas there. There's nobody underneath those first set of umbrellas. So they're back underneath the blue umbrellas versus the white umbrellas. So there is 2 more lines or 3 more lines up there. So it's only a 65-minute wait right now for Guardians. So we're going to cut back around to the right. So that's your quickest way to get to Gardens of the Galaxy first thing in the morning during rope drop. If you're here to ride it. If you're not here to ride it, go ahead and eat breakfast while you're in there. lot of monorail shots in here today. Little Mister station's pretty good. You can actually feel it coming across all the way across here. The wind's blowing pretty good right now. But here's your Donald Duck topiary. And then over here on the other side of Connections Eatery, we have Huey, Louie, and Dewey here working the garden. Across the way, you have Groot. And actually, the tape deck's not working still yet. So, tape deck is not working. Still have some cars for sale out here in front of Test Track. No Fords, just Chevrolets. All right, so let's walk on back. Head to Mexico and do the world tour here. All right, so I gotta look at this here. I got to, so this is not, this is just bad overseating here. You got those runs, got those streaks everywhere on it. So that's bad. That's bad. So little girl meltdown. Yeah, okay, he's a landscape irrigation supervisor at Universal. Yeah, I was actually surprised, Ralph, when they said that. Now, on how much they actually made, it was very surprising. So they've always had this little play area right here, but I think adding that other one to the other side was really good. It looks good, but it gives the kids something to do, because there's not a lot here. You can feel that wind blowing. I don't know if you can hear it in the mic, but it's actually trying to take the gimbal out of my hand, or take the phone off the gimbal. All right, so you can see we've kind of made a big loop here around. Got the other side of the gang here. Mickey and the gang.
I know.
Yeah, bring across the bus today. It's like, what?
Make a circular gesture with your magic band, and Figment will do something there. He'll surprise you. Get your Figment surprise in. Yeah, but I had a good time at the beach. I did the car show on Friday afternoon for a couple hours, and then me and Gina went yesterday for a couple hours. We didn't stay as long as we usually do. She wasn't up for all the walking. We did go to Broadway at the beach first, but she did make me some corned beef while I was up there. So we celebrated St. Patty's yesterday. I think they're actually doing St. Patrick's over on City Walk today, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Mitch, how you doing? I'm just getting ready to give you a big shout out. Everybody, Mitch, Drone 336 is here with us today. Just met him yesterday at the car show, Run to the Sun. Mitch, it was nice meeting you yesterday, buddy. Appreciate you joining me on the stream this afternoon. Appreciate it. A little bit of a not a hectic flight back, but they did not turn off the fasten seat belts all the way down, so they never allowed anybody to get up because it was a little bit of turbulence today, and I'm glad it was this morning and not this afternoon, because I would think the wind's blowing a lot harder now than it was this morning. Yeah. I did fly out of Myrtle Beach. I think we flew out at 6:30, got to Orlando 7:35, 7:10, 7:40, I believe. It was like an hour and 5 minutes flight, hour and 10 minutes. But like I said, they did not turn off the fasten seatbelt sign the whole way down. O'Brien's, yeah, I might swing up to O'Brien's over there. Then again, I'm actually thinking a meatball sandwich this afternoon. We'll have to, we'll see when we get over there. See where we end up. I don't know yet.
It was like, and also every
the parade is not until 7:30 tonight. So you got to come in here and look at the orchids here. It's pretty orchids in here.
next weekend. I'm scared. Next weekend. I'm gonna wake up that morning.
I know.
End of lane. Wow. Wow. End of line here for Grand Fiesta. I've never seen it outside of the pyramid before. That's a first for me. Usually that's a go-to. 5-10 minutes, usually. It's a lot different. Yeah, I actually flew out this morning. I flew out this morning. I got to the airport right at 4:30. Didn't fly out until 6:30. Had plenty of time to chug down a coffee. I actually did a little bit of editing this morning while I was sitting there with the laptop, and then we got here about 7. Flew into Orlando about 7:40 this morning. Got to Winter Garden, finished editing, put that video up, and then gotta go by here and see the ugliest or the scariest topiary here. I don't know why nobody likes this topiary. I think he's cute as button myself. I like this topiary. But yeah, I think this guy right here is the cutest one of them. I like him. He's even his nose is blush. You got blush on his cheeks. Look at his 2 teeth. Got that little cute little button on his bibbed overalls there. I like that guy there. I guess that's not a is that a troll? No, it's not an ogre. Must be a troll. So we're gonna have to go back and see what Frozen Ever After is. Probably right at an hour from the looks of it. Like sometimes it's hard to tell, so you can probably take 15 minutes off of that. So it is actually a 50-minute wait time right now. So I would say that's probably closer. I'd say it's closer to 40 minutes. They are really prone to adding time to the wait times. Hey, hon. Hey, hon. How you doing? You feeling better? So we gotta come over here and look at the most photographed topiaries here. Everyone's favorites. But yeah, probably would have done things a little different today if I'd have realized that Rick Springfield was actually playing today. I should have known, because when me and Gina looked at the schedule to see when she could actually come down to see somebody, everybody that was really good was actually playing on Sundays and Mondays. Now I think 38 Special, I got to look and see when 38 Special, because they're within the next week or so. But I'm going to take my buddy Daniel's advice from the Tomorrowland Traveler. We're going to actually walk through Reflections of China here. Actually walk through, I'm not going to watch the show, but we're going to walk through this area here. Really pretty in here. They'll do Mulan meet and greets right here, if you didn't know. It's where they have her for meet and greets. Then in this room here, you have your Shanghai Disney here, Zootopia. I guess I'm just and I'm going to do Zootopia there now. Garden of the 12 Friends, huh? Okay. Yes, I guess this is the gardens here. Gardens of Imagination. So they let you know what the wait times that we have looked at. Gardens of the Galaxy was 65 minutes. Actually threw me off. I thought it was longer than that, but they had actually moved the queue around, so it was making it look like it was a lot longer than it actually was. And then Spaceship Earth was 10. Did not look to see what the Fiesta Three Amigos were, because it was all the way outside of the pyramid. And Frozen Ever After was actually 50 minutes. I would say probably take 10 minutes off of Guardians and 10 minutes off of Frozen Ever After. I would say so. You got the pandas here in the China Pavilion, eating their bamboo shoots here. I like this one laying on its back. But Gina, definitely flying was a lot easier on me than doing the drive. So you might have to start looking at those flights out of there instead of driving. I know it's a little riskier with Spirit. But it was actually a pretty convenient flight today. The only thing it was the turbulence with these storms coming across the East Coast right now. Other than that, it was perfectly fine. But I appreciate everybody joining us this afternoon for the live stream. Rick Springfield is playing today. His first show is at 5:30. His second show is at 6:45, and then he ends tonight at 8 o'clock. Then they will have the fireworks. They've already brought everything out for the show tonight.
Are you all together? Yes.
You guys are right, we go.
All right, got to come over here, see the Seven Dwarfs and Snow White. Because we got real dwarfs. Not magical people.
Once we get home in the morning.
There's Snow White and Dopey.
Found it. Nice.
So we've not been really looking at any of the food. These are all salads here. Cannoli. We probably going to do something over later on today somewhere else. what I'm thinking right now in my mind. So we gotta go back here and see Lady and the Tramp. It's probably the biggest amount of flowers on display. This here, this here. Whew, wind is bad. So here's Lady and the Tramp. A lot of pretty flowers, all potted. I never walked around the back. I was hoping they didn't have something else back there, and I just missing it the whole time.
Now I'm photobombing every single picture you take.
Already 2 pieces.
So they lining up early for Rick Springfield. What is it, about 2 o'clock right now? 10 after, 20 after? So they lining up early for Rick tonight. So Rick's first show was at 5:30, second show is at 6:45, and then 8 o'clock. We'll probably venture down this way tomorrow night and watching. He does a real good show. I mean, what I enjoyed the most about his show last year was he played something different. Each set was different. He didn't play the same songs each set, and I cannot say that for the other groups that played. I mean, if you saw one show of Berlin, it was the same show. So she did not change it up any for Berlin. I got to come back here and see the Tiana topiary. I like the Tiana topiary. It's pretty. They've done a good job with that. I like the use of the colors and everything like that with the dress. Done a real good job.
I want to see how they make.
So just let you know, the concert series is nothing extra. It's just like the rest of the parades and everything like that. It's all included in your admission for today. But if you wanted to get guaranteed seating, and this is what this here is, they did They did the Garden Rocks dinner. So they are actually paid a little bit more money for a little bit of a better dinner. And then doing the, they get guaranteed seating in the front. Which last year I had pretty good seating for Rick Springfield last year. So they didn't do the dragon. They usually have the dragon right here in Japan. This is where they usually have the dragon. They moved the dragon. He's actually over here on the corner of the building, which I do like. I do like this better over here. Like the dragon better over here on this side. Just so you can actually get a really good look at him here. And he's cleaner than he usually is. He's usually a little on the dirty side over there by the water. So I think that actually worked out pretty good. But I do appreciate everybody joining me this Sunday afternoon live stream. I do appreciate it.
Mommy, can I get a slush?
Now friend Daniel from Tomorrowland Traveler, I think he usually books the Spice Round Table here for the concert series. It's probably your best dinner for your money, for what you're looking for. So we got to look here. Well, we got all of Spice Garden over here. Chives, parsley, bay, thyme. A lot of different spices over here. There's some greens, it looks like. Zinnia is your flowers. Pepper plants. Little ginger there, actually. Ginger. And your pepper and mint. Then you got Miss Piggy. Got Miss Piggy and Kermit over here. Kermit on his bike. Miss Piggy on her soapbox, as always. But I do appreciate everybody joining me this afternoon, live stream. We started off in the very front, talked about the easiest way to get to Gardens of the Galaxy if you're rope dropping. Actually cut through the Seasons restaurant there, come through on the left side, Spaceship Earth, stay to the left, and then go through in between Starbucks and the Seasons restaurant. And then it dumps you out right there at Guardians. So if you're doing rope drop, that is actually the best way, the fastest way. If you're rope dropping from over here, if you're staying at one of the boardwalk resorts, you definitely don't want to try to make it to Gardens, because you're going to be an hour back at least, maybe even longer. So here you have the Beauty and the Beast. You got a lot of photos taken there right now. Now I cannot remember their names. You're going to have to excuse me. But here they are. The clock is actually working. I think every time I saw it last year, it wasn't working. It's like the tape deck at Groot. Last year I saw it, it was working. Now this year, every time I've seen it, it's not working. We're going to go back to Ratatouille. So if you're rope dropping from over here, from the boardwalk resorts, your best bet is to rope drop Ratatouille, or Frozen Ever After is kind of in the middle. So actually Frozen might actually be the better rope drop now, because everybody might be coming here. Everybody was probably going to Guardians, and the leftovers will try to get to Frozen Ever After now. But it was 65 minutes, Guardians. Frozen Ever After was 50 minutes. So there's your two top rides. And it doesn't seem to be as crowded today as it has been the last two Sundays. I don't think it's as crowded today. But we're going to see, I think, cannot remember from week to week, but I do know the wait times were a lot longer last week. And it seemed like there were more people in the food booths, more people in those areas last week also, last 2 weeks. Yeah, Ratatouille is 70 minutes right now for a standby. So it is actually more popular today, right now, than it was last week. Actually, it was higher last week also. But it's more popular than Guardians of the Galaxy and Frozen Ever After right now. And I do enjoy this ride. I think it's a pretty cool ride. I love this fountain. I like the fountain. I think the fountain's cool. And then everything else. It's like the whole setup up there. They got the chef up here on top of the building here. No cut throughs though. There is no shortcuts to get back here that I know of. So I would not, I keep saying I wouldn't rope drop Guardians. I definitely would not rope drop Ratatouille from the front entrance. As you can see there, it's actually a pretty popular ride right now. And you got the Skyliner here. Thank you, Disney golfer. Appreciate that. So you play golf down here a lot? Magnolia and the Palms, LBV. If you're down here, you'll have to come up and see me. I'm actually the golf course superintendent at the Grove at Claremont National. If you play a lot of rounds here locally.
Leading the way.
If you've not played us, you might have already played us. I don't know. But we've got the most elevation change that you're going to find in Florida. Number 2 is a par 3, 200 yards from the tips, 130 feet of elevation change downhill. A little bit of blind shot to the front of the green. But we do have a lot of elevation change, more than any course you're going to find in Florida. Give my golf course a little plug there. All right, so yep, okay. Up in PA? I didn't meet you at on Soaring the other day, did I? Last week, a week before last. I need to come back over here and see the Mickey over here. Yeah, you have to look it up here. I don't do any video. I've only done a couple of videos there. I think the opening day, did a little short for opening day, because it's just like anything else. You do an opening day up, you open up and it rains that day, and then irrigation blowout on 18 green. Actually, you can't even tell it happened now. You guys did a real good job on that repair job.
Tonight?
I got Daisy over there doing a meet and greet. So we'll see Daisy when we go by over here. And then we'll go over and look back at the Mickey flowers on the bank over here. But I appreciate everybody joining me this afternoon on a little Sunday stroll around Epcot for Flower and Garden. Got a lot of pins right there, don't they? So you're hopping over to Hollywood Studios from here. You come down here and get on the Skyliner down here, and I think it actually takes you over to the hub, and from that hub you can actually get over to Hollywood Studios. I mean, it changes directions in that hub a few different times. Yeah, Daisy getting her a big hug there. That's cool. I wanted to come over here, check out the Mickey flowers here. So you just had a knee replacement. I hope it goes well for you. I know that can be a hard one to get out. Y'all playing up there? Anybody playing in PA yet? About getting that time. I was a golf course superintendent. You probably, if you ever played any of the Myrtle Beach courses, there's probably about a 30% chance that you've actually played one of my courses. that I've had in Myrtle Beach. I was in Myrtle Beach for as a superintendent for, gosh, 27 years. Got a wild hair and got somebody in my ear and took a job as a grow-in superintendent down here. So I've grew the grove in. But I do appreciate everybody joining this afternoon. If you could hit that like button for me. We're gonna hop around here in England, go back here and look at the only 2 real topiaries they have on display. Yeah, the other ones, they're topiaries, but I don't consider them real topiaries.
Like, yeah, a bunch of who.
All right, so the British invasion is getting ready to happen here. Looks like he's getting ready to start playing. But we got 2 topiaries here, and I consider these truly topiaries. You've got this big elephant here. It's actually 4 different podocarpus plants. Look at a lot of pollinating going on in there. A lot of bees flying around. And then you've got Mickey over here. And he is actually 2 podocarpus plants. So this took them a while to train those two plants. But yeah, it's not as crowded. Definitely not as crowded as it was last 2 Sundays. Maybe even the last 3 Sundays. I don't think I've seen it this slow in here since the week between Festival of the Arts and Flower and Garden. So here you have Pooh Bear. I do like the way they've matched up the colors underneath of them to the topiary. Got the red balloon, got a lot of red flowers underneath of them. And then Rabbit's the same here. You got a lot of yellow in him. Got Dusty Miller's in there. And then you've got a lot of yellow up underneath of him here. Then you have Tigger, Piglet, and Igor. I was having a... But yeah, there's some pretty topiaries. Yeah, I had 9 different courses in Myrtle Beach. I was at Heather Glen, as superintendent at Heather Glen for 13 years. Started off at the Legends out on 501 back in 1993 as a student working on the Moreland course. Got the superintendent's position on the Parkland in 97 or 98. They went to the Heritage Club for a short stint because I was already talking to Wachasaw Plantation, which is a private club in Murrells Inlet. Got that position. Was there for 3 years. That's when I went to Heather Glen, and then closed Heather Glen down, and then actually went out to Sunset Beach, North Carolina, and had the 3 courses at Sea Trail, the Bird, Jones, and the Maples course there. Then I ended up getting closer to home at Myrtlewood, had the Palmetto and the Pine Hills course at Myrtlewood, right there in downtown Myrtle Beach. So the majority of the time I'm actually usually at running complexes. Probably the Pine Hills and Palmetto were the toughest two because they were 2 different maintenance buildings, 1 pro shop, 1 driving range, 2 golf courses about a mile apart. So that was a little bit of a struggle getting around both of them, especially in season. And then the single teed 2 of the courses at the Sea Trail, so it was a little easier up there. Actually, even though it had 1 maintenance building, 2 clubhouses, they were actually easier to get around with the single tees. But did that for I've been doing that for 32 years now, I guess. "31 years, 32 years. I think the toughest thing about it is actually pretty much working every other weekend for that many years, or working every weekend. There's a lot goes into it. A lot of hours, a lot of 60 and 70-hour weeks. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you on the flip side. Stay frosty. Remember, Epcot, Flower and Garden, calling your name.
How do I go?